What's up, everybody, and welcome back into the Sackcess podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony Rivardo, joined by Stanley McClover Lucci, as we like to call him here. And week 10, man, there were a lot of sacks, a lot to discuss, and a lot to break down, a lot of
Right,
multi-sack games from some of these top players. It's going to be a fun one. Lucci, how you doing today, my friend?
man. I'm doing great, Anthony. Man, I'm doing great, man. It's been wonderful, a wonderful week for a guy like me who loves sacks. I mean, they were sacking their ass off this week, but the guys that made our list were exceptional. Um, we could go all day. The show would be 3 hours long if we tried to cover all the guys that got sacks. So the ones that didn't make the list, man, still shouts out to y'all. We couldn't get to everybody, but we got to the ones that had dominant performances. And man, me and Anthony was talking off camera. It's been a dope year for pass rushes, man, and to be sacking at a high level, how they're doing right now, it just shows you the elevation of that position.
For sure. A lot of the top defensive player of the year candidates right now are the pass rushers, which is what we love to see. We like to see those
Wow.
guys get their shine and, go after it, get those sacks and
Yes, sir.
disrupt the game. So, and that's what we saw. Let's start off with the lower sack total, and then we'll work our way up to the top. Let's go with Alex Highsmith. Had 2 sacks again this week.
Again.
I said lower sack total. He had 2 sacks. 2 sacks
Right.
last
That
week, two
goes to
sacks
show you
this week.
very
Yeah, Alex
successful.
Highsmith is playing out of his mind right now.
Yes, he is, man. And just to give everybody insight, it's already like extremely hard to get one sack in the NFL. Don't let nobody downplay it. It is very hard to get that quarterback on the ground in the National Football League, especially how now they're catered to the quarterbacks. So to not only get one, but to get two, and not only to get two, but back to back weeks. Hey, Alex, keep doing your thing, bro. Our fans, they know about you over here because you've been on the show. The first 2 episodes we had, you've been on here with 2 sacks. So that's amazing, man. Keep rushing your butt off down there in Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Highsmith has been awesome. And really, that Pittsburgh defense has kind of turned it up a notch in the last couple of weeks, and that's been fun to watch. But Highsmith is really
Yeah,
leading the charge for sure.
they got some
We also,
dogs over there.
yeah, they do. All over
Mhm.
that defensive line. They got TJ Watt, of course. Last week we talked about kind of that dynamic duo that Highsmith
Yep,
and Watt put together. But, a lot of people forget about that veteran Cam Hayward in the middle of that defensive line, too. They're just stacked with
it's a
talent up
grown
there.
man. It's a grown man in the middle of that, and then they got a nice secondary. Jalen Ramsey is a great addition. So
For sure.
yeah, man, keep going over there. Pittsburgh got something nice going
Yeah, Pittsburgh's fun defense to
defensively for
watch.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Tyrese Knight from the Seattle Seahawks, inside linebacker. This is a fun episode because we're not just talking about edge rushers today. We
Right.
got a couple guys on here from some other positions, including Tyrese Knight, who had the 2 sacks. But you know what? He's one of our successful players of the week because not only did he have two
Whoa.
sacks, but he had the 2 forced fumbles that resulted in touchdowns.
Wow. Now that's unheard of. That's almost like hitting the lotto. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. That's almost like hitting the lotto. It's already hard enough to get the sack. Let's break it down. Hard enough to get the sack. Now it's even double harder to get the ball out when you get the sack. And then for somebody to pick the ball up and actually score, the odds of that is like one in a million or something sometimes, it seems.
Yeah.
So to do it twice, wow, bro. Tyrese, wow. That's all I can say, man. Way to put yourself on this list and being very successful and getting your team 14 points, responsible for 14 points. That's in the National Football League, that's gold. That's
Yeah.
gold. His
14
defensive
points.
coordinator is extremely happy.
Yeah. 14 points from the defensive player. And to add on to it, I think we can give an honorary shout out to DeMarcus Lawrence. He didn't get the sacks, but he recovered both of those fumbles and took
Wow.
both of them in for the touchdown. So both of them combined for 14 points. That's pretty incredible stuff.
Wow, man. Big time play DeMarcus Lawrence. And then and that says something else, bro. You're around the ball. He's around the ball. He's hustling. He's there. So if that ball do pop out, he's there to pick it up and do what he's supposed to do with it, man. That's great job. Great job, fellas.
Yep. Veteran right there in DeMarcus Lawrence. He's been playing at a high level for a really long time, but
For
getting
sure.
the 2 touchdowns in a game, that's got to be a first for him.
Oh yeah. Gotta be, bro. That's a first for many.
Yeah.
Especially on defense.
hmm And then we'll go over to CJ Gardner-Johnson, now a member of the Chicago Bears. He's been switching teams a little bit over the past couple seasons, but finding a home in Chicago, and they're using him well as a blitzer off the edge.
Right.
He came screaming off the edge on that first sack that he had on
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Dart. And then later on in the game, again, screaming off the edge and wrapping up Russell Wilson once he came into the game. He was getting after it versus the
Yes, he was.
Giants. And
Yes, he
that's
was.
impressive for a safety to end up with 2 sacks in a game.
Yeah, anytime a safety makes it on our list for success, he's getting used in a very great position. That means he's aggressive and he knows how to blitz. It's an art to blitzing. You got to have that quick twitch. You got to have your angles down pat, and you got to know how to get to the quarterback. And that guy, I don't care what team he on, he know how to get to the quarterback. He get blitzed on every team he play on. That's the only way I know about him. He's always sacking the quarterback, and he's not a defensive end. So kudos to Gardner. What's his whole name?
Gardner-Johnson.
Gardner Johnson. Hey, bro, keep balling, bro. You a dog coming off that end. I think he had got hurt in that game, but I hope everything's going good with him. But great job being successful, man. Getting 2 sacks from the safety position. Wow.
Yeah, not easy to do that. Hard enough to get a sack, hard enough to get multiple sacks, hard
Right.
enough to get it from the safety
Right.
position.
Come on, bro. The levels is hard, bro. So that's why they got to
Yeah.
put some respect on these guys, man, because it's not easy making these type of plays, bro. Like, it really takes a lot of things to go right for that one thing to happen for you.
Yeah, he also had a forced fumble in the game, not on the sack, but he had the forced fumble when Jackson Dart fumbled on the
Yeah.
or on the rushing play on the left side. So he was all over the place, getting
Yes, sir.
sacks, forcing fumbles, making plays in coverage. That's a hell of a performance right there from Gardner-Johnson.
That's all you can ask from your safety position, man. That's above and beyond.
Yep.
That's answering the bell twice and 2 and 3 times. Like, wow.
Mhm. Yeah, great performance there. And then we're
Great
going to go
job, bro.
over to Houston Texans, a veteran, former Minnesota Vikings All-Pro, but now with the Texans, Danielle Hunter still putting in that work. He had 3.5
OG.
sacks.
Wow, OG, you still putting in work. Shouts out to my former team, Houston, Texas, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, holding it down, man. Danielle Hunter, bro, wow. Wow, that's all I can say. He aging like fine wine, bro. And the shake and bake, what he pulled out, that 1-2 step Sierra, whatever you want to call it, he is making those offensive tackles dance and move their feet. And he got too much power coming behind that, and he's going to be destructive on the quarterback. Whenever you make the offensive tackle move like that with that kind of quickness, your quarterback is some trouble. And Danielle Hunter is one of the best ones doing it.
Yeah. The way Hunter moves is just different. And then you take into
Yeah.
account the fact that he is a veteran, he's been doing it for so long, and he hasn't lost a step. It makes it all the more impressive.
For sure. I agree. Completely agree. And he's playing at a very high level. And that's another tandem over there with Will Anderson that I love to see. All those guys play off each other very well. You can tell that he teaches the young buck a lot. He teaches them a lot, and they play very well off of each other. So shouts out to Danielle Hunter, man. Keep coming, man. Successful.
For sure. Super savvy, veteran pass rusher, but looking at another young guy in the NFL who had a huge game. He's going to be our other co-successful player of the week. That's Will McDonald with a 4-sack performance.
Whoa. 4-piece. Whenever you get a 4-piece chicken dinner, you got to be talked about. I don't care what team you did it on. I don't care who you is, first, second string, don't matter. If you can get 4 sacks in the National Football League, you need to be talked about. That's a hell of an honor. You was hot, boy. Will Anderson, you was hot. You know how the basketball players get hot? That's a form of getting hot for football. When you see a DN get more than 2 sacks, he hot. That means Chip's not stopping him, double team not stopping him. The football gods is on his side that day, and he collected 4 sacks in the National Football League. That's amazing.
Yeah.
These sacks are getting crazy.
You could tell he was hot too, because if you watched, he started pulling out all the moves. I mean, the spin moves, he was using speed to power. He was getting after it. He was just constantly tormenting the Browns quarterback. Yeah, he does.
He has a nice arsenal, man. I can't take nothing from Will Anderson. He be rushing. I mean, not Will Anderson. I'm sorry. what's the kid name?
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald. I'm sorry. I can't take nothing from him, man. He's so athletic, bro. The moves, his spin move is deadly. He has a deadly spin move, and he's very, very quick and good with his hands, man. He's aggressive with his hands, so that's a big reason for a lot of his success too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a technician.
He is. He's smart for a young pass rusher. He's already started to figure it out. He
Hmm.
received some unjust criticism in his rookie season as a first round pick, and he didn't have
Hmm.
the sack production total. But last year he went double digits. This year, well, he almost got halfway to double digits in one game with the
In
four
one
sacks.
game.
So yeah, he's one of those young players that's just getting better every single season, and it's been fun to watch his growth.
Man, shots out to you, man, because winning the successful player of the week, man, that's big because that means you have multiple sacks. So to get four, that's like outstanding. You know what I'm saying? And on this podcast right here, we're gonna salute that, bro. I don't care what your record is, it don't matter what your team record is. This is an individual performance podcast right here. And Will, that is wonderful, bro. 4 sacks. I'm a big fan of that. Keep going, bro. Continue being successful.
For sure. And he's out here with 4 sacks and no defensive player of the week from the AFC. So that's why
Wow.
we give him his flowers here on the
Yes,
Sackcess
sir.
podcast.
Yes, sir. And that goes to show you the level of competition in the National Football League where you can have 4 sacks and not win Player of the Week. That means somebody played their ass off somewhere else. So that's the
Mhm.
whole part of being in the National Football League. All these guys getting a paycheck. All of them are good. It's just some that do things a little better than others, baby. And we try to find out who those guys is and bring them to you.
That's right. So that's why we're going to break down all of the successful players every single week. And we got one more honorable mention, an underdog who we want to keep an eye on, and that's Josh Sweat with the Arizona Cardinals.
Josh Sweat, man, my guy. I know him from Florida State. He's always been a natural dog. He's a dog. His pass rushing skills are amazing. He's very aggressive. His speed to power is going to get him home every time. You know, he has great. His speed is very deceptive. He's very fast. You know, I think Josh Sweat played running back in high school. He's very extremely fast, and he's very athletic. And I think that a lot of people they overlook that. You know, he's not a loud guy. He's a quiet guy. When he make his plays, I think he got his little sweat. he got his little sweat celebration. I love it. It's like I love it. So seeing that and watching him do his thing, man, he's been hot for the last couple of weeks. He's been getting sacks for the last couple of weeks. He's been adding them up, and I've been able to catch a couple of his games, man, and seeing how he's just relentless on coming after that quarterback, man. He likes to run through the lineman. He don't run around linemen. He runs through linemen. Very
That's
aggressive.
right. Super aggressive, plays with his hair on fire, just an
Yes.
athletic freak. He's a fun player to watch.
Yeah, he is, bro. Yeah, he is. Mad love and respect for Josh Sweat over here. Definitely an underdog. He needs more flowers. NFL, man, what are y'all doing? Y'all gotta know who to highlight, man. These guys have been busting their ass for years, bro. So it's just good to see them get some type of love, even if it gotta come from us. Like Josh Sweat is definitely somebody out there. If you're a fan of watching guys get sacks every week, he's a guy you gotta put on your list, and you'll enjoy watching him play on Sundays.
100%. And you're right. The NFL needs to give more flowers to the pass rushers because they're not doing enough. But that's why we're here on the Successful Podcast. They love to highlight the NFL does the quarterbacks and the receivers. But
Hmm.
as you said in episode 1, we like to root for the villains, don't we?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're gonna do it every week, man. We're gonna shine a light on the villains, man, for good reason, because it's a beautiful thing. When you see that sack and it happens, it's joyful, it's exciting, it's everything. It's watching football. This is what you want to watch football. You see a pick, it's nice, but when the quarterback get blew up, we love it. And everybody love it. They just don't want to say it, but we all love it. We all love to see them get tore up.
That's right. That's right. I grew up a Giants fan who loved watching Strahan and Tuck and
Come
Umanura
on,
and Pierre
bro.
Paul. Those guys, I love watching the pass rushers get home. That's
Yes,
that's
sir.
number one for me. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
But that's what it's all about here on the Sackcess podcast. We like to break down the art behind the sack and go over all of the top pass rushers every single week, who's getting sacks and who's disrupting the game, because there are some really good pass rushers playing across the league right now. So, Lucci, appreciate you doing another episode with me. And where can the people
Always.
go ahead and find you?
Man, y'all hit me up on IGS.McClover, man. Keep up with all my updates, man. Me and Anthony share everything from my personal uh IG page. So just keep up with us. We dropping these things every Wednesday. Give you Matter of fact, on Wednesdays is when the NFL drops the sack top totals and sack leaders on Wednesday. So we right on point. When we drop, it's the same time the NFL drop. So look out for that. When you see the NFL drop the sack leaders, then you come on over here to Successful Podcast and you'll catch a new episode with us every week.
That's exactly right. And we're excited to keep doing these for you guys and updating you on all the top pass rushers and a lot of other fun content. We did open up the Sackcess Podcast Instagram account, so go follow that. See some of the cool graphics and clips that we're posting. We got some really great plans for the social media to really provide you guys with the best content surrounding these pass rushers. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning in. Do make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new for plenty more great content. And we will catch you all in the next one.
Peace.